We come to this place for magic. We come to Rankum to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need that. All of us. That indescribable feeling we get when the intro begins and we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Together. Dazzling images on a computer screen. Sounds that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us.
Now, I'm not saying Mel Gibson's Jesus, but he likes to think he is, so he also made a movie about Jesus.
And stories feel perfect and powerful. Because here, they are. Rank 'em. We make listing better.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Rankum as I figure out the layout. It's going to be a special one today. We've got it's the 350 episode, and I'm just trying a new way of bringing people on because obviously I can't play the intros the way I used to. But coming in first, the man who made the intro, the man who's always sort of been here quite often, Matt Kearns. Matt, how's it going today?
It is going very well. Congrats again, sir, on 350 episodes. Yes, I'm the old guard here on Take 3, so I remember when you pitched us this idea and we went, yeah, sure, go ahead and do whatever you want, Malcolm. Lo and behold, did we know that this show would be the only thing holding this together, because sure as hell ain't whatever me and Abe are doing on Tuesday nights. Yeah, congrats again. I hope everyone enjoyed that intro. That was really fun for me to make. I'm looking forward to this topic because it's sci-fi, and I kind of like with action, this was one of those things to where like I just randomly appeared on most of these lists, so now it just all comes together in this this final listing.
Yeah. And next up, I'm funny enough, I'm pretty sure he's appeared on a lot of the Milestone episodes, but we've got Jonathan Carroll. Jonathan, how's it going today?
Yeah, on a few occasions, but yeah, I'm doing okay. No, just I was available, and sci-fi is one of my favorite genres of all time, and might as well talk about some of the best ones that should be honored, that should be here on the list.
Yeah.
A lot of good choices here, so let's get to it.
And I've got Dan Scabellin here. Dan, how's it going?
It's going great, Malcolm. This is an honor for me to be here with you on the 350th episode. Matt, amazing entrance, amazing intro. I loved it. Absolutely funny. Laughed so hard. Yeah, I love this category as well. And yeah, glad to be here.
And last but not least, we got Jordan. Jordan, how's it going?
No Nicole Kidman. We want no more Nicole Kidman. We're sick of you.
No.
I heard Matt Damon recorded one of those actually, but I'm not sure what.
But speak for yourself, Jordan.
But no, the intro was fun. I'm just tired of the real one. So
you see it so often now, right?
Yeah, but I'm excited to be here. Yeah, sci-fi is one of my favorite genres, and yeah, I'm excited to see how my list compares to y'all's. So,
but with that, how this goes is this is pretty much like as we said, this is a combination of all the other sci-fi episodes we've done. And I've got and just to recap what actually appeared on these lists, I'm going to go in chronological order. So we're going to start with the classics. So the classic top 12 list, as I accidentally do that, we've got 2001: A Space Odyssey. There we got Planet of the Apes, Invasion by the Sense, War of the Worlds, Day of the Earth, so Godzilla, Bride of Frankenstein, Fantastic Voyage, The Incredible Shrinking Man, Them, Seconds, and Forbidden Planet.
Whoever put them on the list, good job, people. Good job.
I've seen 4 of those movies.
Thank you.
4.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't believe anybody remembers them. I saw that.
You can thank Austin and myself.
I love that.
And we've got the 70s. Once it takes a little bit of time to get up.
Look at these.
We've got Star Wars, Superman the movie, Alien, Mad Max, Closing House of the Third Kind, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Soylent Green, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Death Race 2000, and The Strongest Man in the World.
Okay.
We're doing better. I've seen 8 of those.
Mm,
Some wonky ones on that list.
there's some wonky ones in there. So.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly can't. I was looking at this like, how the hell did Strongest Man in the World get it?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we did
You're the
see
one who
it.
nominated
Yes,
it, Malcolm.
Holy moly!
Well,
Ooh.
to be fair, at 80s we had Back to the Future, we had Aliens, we had Empire Strikes Back, Star Trek 2, Leprechaun, Predator, Thing, Ghostbusters, Terminator, Tron, Superman 2, Spaceballs, and Blade Runner.
Holy crap.
Now that's a list.
That's a list. I disagree on one, but yeah, that's a
And
list.
guess who was on that episode?
You
I
were,
disagree on one.
I guess.
Moving on to 90s, which I believe was just me, Matt, and Ryan Permison.
Indeed, it was.
We've got Back to the Future Part 3, Men in Black, Jurassic Park, Independence Day, Total Recall, Demolition Man, Galaxy Quest, Time Cop, Armageddon, The Iron Giant, The Matrix, and Stargate.
Good props. Whoever put Stargate on there. Good props.
I want to say that was me and Permison.
I
Good
have a
job.
few disagreements because of John.
Yeah.
Things. Part 3 is a very good movie, but I don't know if it's more sci-fi than Western. I think it's more Western. But okay. Let's keep
So,
going.
moving on to 2000s. We've got Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Children and Men, Star Trek, The Prestige, Spider-Man 2, V for Vendetta, Iron Man, Unbreakable, Minority Report, Star Trek Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, WALL-E, and Idiocracy. And then last but not least,
Okay.
we've got the 2010s. What? Doing it this way is so long, but
Yeah.
but we've got Spider-Man with the Spider-Verse, Snowpiercer, Arrival, Blade Runner, 2049, Ex Machina, Rogue One, Upgrades, Her, The World's End, Looper, Dread, and Star Trek Beyond. So we've got a few Star Trek, we've got a few Star Wars throughout this championship. But further to how this works, we're just going to go around and panel and nominate a movie we think belongs on the list, and then everyone will say yes or no to it. Obviously, we can only pick any of the movies that are on those lists. But Matt, we're going to go to you first. What is the first movie you're going to nominate?
So the first one I'm gonna nominate is going to be Planet of the Apes, the original. I think this is one of the granddaddies of sci-fi movies. It has my favorite twist film in a movie. It's still fantastic. I mean, the ape makeup still looks good, especially when you consider this is a film from late '60s, and Heston really gets to be very Heston in this movie. So what's not to love?
Jonathan, what do you say about the original Planet of the Apes?
Okay, I had to make a list like very quickly, and I wanted to balance it a little bit. So I do have Planet of the Apes on my list, and I think it's a intelligently crafted sci-fi film that is original and thought-provoking and interesting regarding apes taking over this planet and just running these humans. And you just figure out why it's happened. So yeah, and it just builds up to that ultimate twist at the end. So really good movie. I do want to point out Roddy McDowell and Kim Hunter as Cornelius and Zira. I think they're really good. So it gets a yes from me.
Dan, what do you say about Planet of the Apes?
This is not going to be a popular opinion, but I'm not the biggest fan of the original Planet of the Apes. I like the new trilogy much better. Usually, I'm the opposite. I go with the original movies. I like them better than the newer versions or the reboots or whatever. But in this case, I like the reimagining and the reboots of the Planet of the Apes movies more than the original Planet of the Apes. So for that reason, I'm going to say no.
Jordan, what do you say about the original Planet of the Apes?
No, it's going to be a no for me. It's a pretty easy no. It's just I have got about 40-something movies ranked higher than this one because I ranked every single movie on the list, and yeah, no. It is good, but for an all-time sci-fi, no.
Yeah, I do like the original Planet of the Apes, and yeah, it's not my favorite Planet of the Apes that is in this selection to choose
What
from.
the fuck? With you?
Look. One of these days, I do plan on giving the Planet of the Apes movies a rewatch. But yeah, I just didn't do it this week for this. I just had not a lot of time. And yeah, so I do like Planet of the Apes, but unfortunately, there's a lot of good movies in this. So I'm gonna have to say it's like no. So unfortunately, it's not gonna make the list.
This might
Jonathan,
be a long night. We'll see.
what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Okay, we started off angry a little bit. Okay, this should be on the list. Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, 2001: A Space Odyssey. This is the one that was a touchstone for filmmaking, and it holds up very well in terms of story and also the filmmaking aspect. Like, this could be viewed as a movie that has been made recently. I mean, it's that great and it's that advanced, and it's still talked about in terms of how we are in the space age, or we're going to Mars right now. And also regarding computers as well, like AI, HAL 9000. We'll get a HAL, someday, but I hope not. But yeah. So that 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Jonathan said. I mean, this is an absolute masterpiece. It's one of the best films of Stanley Kubrick's filmography. The only problem I have with it is the ending. I thought the ending was a bit wonky. And the beginning, but once you watch the movie, you understand the beginning. The ending was a bit wonky for me. But yeah, this is an absolute HAL 9000. I mean, Kubrick is ahead of his time in some ways, because of now with AI and some of the things that we're doing with technology today. So this movie is a classic for more than one reason, more than just the fact that it's a great film. It's a precursor to some things that happen in the future. So that's interesting, So I'll say yes.
Jordan, what do you say about 2001: A Space Odyssey?
So I do think that it's great, but there's so many great ones on here. It's not one of the ones that I would had in my top 12, but it is like under the list of like ones that like if it got brought up, I would say yes, because I think that it probably could deserve a spot here. And so yeah, but open the pod bay doors. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
But yeah, I said this. I mean, as it's sci-fi, I said it on Jonathan's 128. Like, I've watched it for the first time for this. This year anyway. I like it. It's good. It's just really slow for me. I'm not a big fan of it as much as other people are. So if you expect me to say yes to this, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. It's a no for me. Matt, what do you say about 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey. Obviously, being into science fiction since I was a kid, this was a film that always came up. And when I was in high school, I finally sat down and watched it. And I've watched it a couple of times, and it's a movie that I respect what it did for genre more than I actually like it. I have it low on my list, just as a tip to the hat, so I'll say yes, just as a tip to the hat, but I'm not really a big fan of it.
But with that, it's still going to make the list. As we go to Dan, what is the first movie you're going to bring up?
Yeah, well, when I was 6 years old, I started really delving into movies a lot, and a movie that I saw as a 6-year-old that really affected me quite a bit is one of my favorite movies of all time, is The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, the ending of that movie is just incredible with that twist with Luke and Darth Vader, and then Han being stuck in carbonite, and the stuff with Yoda, and just so much incredible stuff in The Empire Strikes Back. I absolutely love this movie to death, and it's one of my favorite movies ever. And I know people are going to complain, well, it's a sequel. Well, I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's a sequel or not. It's still one of the great sci-fi films of all time, and I will stand by that. And it's probably the best Star Wars movie. So there you go. I don't know if something happened to Malcolm, but yeah, I mean, I could wax poetic about the Empire Strikes Back, the score, the Imperial March. We get that. They still do that at football games in this country. John Williams music and stuff. Chewie and Han, that relationship was amazing. The Hoth stuff at the beginning, amazing. Just Empire Strikes Back is just an absolute masterpiece. We don't have Austin here. He's not going to play Chris Masterpiece, hopefully.
You should have grabbed it, Malcolm.
well, on the free stream, yeah, I can't share videos the way I used to now, which is why I have to do the whole present video and all that thing.
Oh yeah, they make you pay for that now. That's stupid.
Yeah, but Jordan, what do you say about the Empire Strikes Back?
Well, first of all, just say someone's got like cicadas or something that's like hissing in the background or something. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I could shut my door. I could shut my door. It might be me. It's my door. I apologize.
Okay, that's fine.
I never had that happen.
That's Florida.
Yeah, right. But it's fine though. Yeah. So, The Empire Strikes Back isn't even my favorite Star Wars movie out there. I've probably a couple ranked over it, but I've learned to really appreciate it over the years, and I do think that it belongs on this list. I'll say yes to it because, like, the more and more that I think about that, I mean, you think about, like, for me, like, I didn't get to see it in the theaters, but I think of the people that did get to see it in the theaters and the impact that must have had. Where like for one of the first times the bad guys won, like the hero did not win, and you have Luke hanging there, and you don't know if he's going to survive or not, and then you have Han Solo getting dipped in carbonite, and then Chewie going AWOL, and you had to wait years for the next movie to get a resolution to that, and people were like really shooken up by that, and then you just get a lot of other really cool stuff. Yeah, the Hoth stuff with like the big the like AT-ATs or whatever there, and then like the kind of like will they won't they love thing between Han and Leia, like I love you, I know, and like just like so many great things in it that just work really well, and so yeah, I'll say yes.
Out of the Star Wars movies that did make in this pool, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite of the ones. But yeah, I think Empire Strikes Back is great, and yes, it's just a fantastic Star Wars movie. Matt, what do you say about Empire Strikes Back?
No, I love Empire Strikes Back. For all reasons you guys said, it's a fantastic movie. I don't have it on my list just because there's so many movies as Malcolm went through. I tried to kind of just keep it to one per franchise, and for a list like this, there's another Star Wars movie that I think should be on instead of Empire. Still love Empire, but I give it a slight no just because of that.
And Jonathan, what do you say about Empire Strikes Back?
No, I have the movie per franchise logic, but this is my favorite Star Wars movie, and so short but sweet, yes.
The Empire Strikes Back is going to make the list. We go to Jordan. Jordan, what's the first movie you're going to bring up? As if I need to ask. I think I know what you.
Yeah. You probably don't need to ask because I'm going to bring up The Matrix. I don't know if that's what you were thinking of, but because even though I wore this shirt, which could be a hint at something else I might say yes to, but I'm going to start with The Matrix because to me, as far as sci-fi goes, it was groundbreaking. It just like totally changed the game when it comes to the way that we shoot action movies and do sci-fi and like think about, I don't know, just these deep thoughts. I know we had a couple other movies that people will say one or two that kind of had some concepts like that before, but like the way that they did it was just incredible. It was like just so amazing, and I missed it in theaters, which is a real shame. But since gone back to see it, so I have seen it in theaters when they reshowed it. But one of my friends showed it to me, and I watched it 2 times back to back. Like as soon as that was done, I'm like, I think we need to watch that again. And that was like so incredible, and I wanted to try to understand it more. And it's a mind bender, and the way that they do bullet time and like when I was a teenager and I saw it, like my favorite scene was always when he walks through the like metal detectors and he's like, "Sir, could you empty any guns or any metal objects you might have?" He just opens it up and it's all these guns, and then they just go crazy and they have that whole shootout, and then it like leads to the roof and the whole like dodge this, and like it's just so awesome, and so I think it was pretty groundbreaking. So yeah, The Matrix.
I did watch. Funny enough, I think I did watch The Matrix in theaters. I'm old enough to be told not to go. But yeah, I love The Matrix. I think it's a fantastic, and yeah, it's one of the. It definitely inspired like a lot of things, and that would shape other things in other movies down the line. Like especially the bullet time sequence, like a lot of things you still use it and still does use that now. And I think it's so great. It'd be interesting to see what would have been like if Will Smith was there instead of Keanu Reeves, but I can't imagine anyone being as good as Keanu Reeves was. So it's an easy use for me. Matt, what do you say about The Matrix?
Oh, Malcolm. What haven't I said about The Matrix on this channel before? I'm not really a fan. It's fine. Again, it's one of those movies that I can respect what it did for genres, but as a movie itself, I'm not really a fan of. And from a movie from around the same time, I think Dark City explored a lot of the themes a lot better. But Dark City isn't available, but I still say no to The Matrix.
Jonathan,
next best thing to Dark City. Come on.
Jonathan, what do you say about The Matrix?
I say hell yes to The Matrix. The Matrix is a great movie. That's a movie that holds up in storytelling, visual effects. Dark City is another movie. Yes, explored the themes very well, and The Matrix explored the same themes very well. But they're both different visions, and one is in a city, and the other one is basically beyond the realm of capacity, beyond the realm of like multiple dimensions. So yes, you could set that premise in different worlds. Just it depends on how you register with it. Unfortunately, sorry, man. I mean, you do not, but I do. But the thing is that, and opinions vary. But the thing is that I think it's a great movie. It's an excellent, spectacular film from the Wachowskis, and I think this is the only good Matrix movie, in my opinion. Well, no, only great Matrix movie. I still have a little bit of fondness for Reloaded, but the first one is great. So, yes to The Matrix.
Dan, what do you say about The Matrix?
Yeah, I love The Matrix. I saw this multiple times. Was it 99? Was it 96 or 99? 99 was a phenomenal year of film. I still think it's the greatest year of film ever. And I'm a big fan of The Matrix. I would have, because of my list and what we have going, we have so many to choose from, I would have said no, but I have no problems with the movie. I think the movie's phenomenal. And I know it already made the list, so it doesn't matter what my vote would have been.
The Matrix is going to make the list, and it's on me. And I'm going to try for this one. I'm not going to go for one of the more obvious ones. I'm going to try for this one. I'm going to try for Her. And this is one that I think is great. And it's one of those, it's a more sort of grounded science fiction type, but it's one of those things that especially speaks volumes now with the way AI is evolving and doing fast. Like there's a lot of I get ads a lot of times. Not that I'm actively looking up these for AI girlfriends and stuff. So it's definitely a thing. And it's just one of those ones that it is one that is becoming more sort of true now. And I think it's Joaquin Phoenix is great, and I think Scarlett Johansson is great as the voice of the AI. And it's just it's a fascinating science fiction movie that's not sort of these big bells and whistles type science fiction. But Matt, what do you say about Her?
I have nothing to say because I have to abstain because I've never seen Her.
What?
Wow. Jordan, what do you say? No, Jonathan, what do you say about her?
Well, we could go to Jordan. I mean, if you would.
Yeah, you can go to me.
No. Look, I have very few 2010 sci-fi movies on here, and her is one of them because Spike Jonze really looked ahead to the future, like very well. And in terms of AI, of how he interprets AI, it holds up very well, especially 12 years later. I mean, we hear people's voices through computers, through systems now. We're heading to that route where people will be romanticizing their AI machines, AI robots. I think it's coming sooner than later. Yes, and we're in that we're in that time period where loneliness doesn't really exist. Isolation really exists, especially in this technological world. Even though I don't know if Jones had foreseen the pandemic, but I think people are living that world of isolation and are dependent on technology, just to help them out in life. And it's quite interesting. A great movie, great moving film. One of my favorite Phoenix films. Scarlett Johansson in a great voice performance. Amy Adams. It has a great cast. So I'll say yes to her.
Dan, what do you say about her?
Yeah, I mean, I love this movie, and I think it's a phenomenal movie. But I look at the list, and I'm saying to myself, does this deserve to be on a list of 12 best sci-fi movies of all time? All time is the key word here, and I don't think it deserves to be on a list of an all-time list of sci-fi movies. I love this movie. I don't have any issues with the movie at all. I know there's in this community, there's a Joaquin Phoenix fan out there, and I don't know if it's on this panel or not, but I'm going to say no and leave it up to the last person on the panel and see if that person's a big Joaquin Phoenix fan.
Jordan, what do you say about her?
Oh man, it's
a tough
because I am a big Joaquin Phoenix fan, and but this is like borderline, like at the end of the list that I would maybe say yes to, but not necessarily bring up. But it's like really on that borderline. But I'm looking at everything that we have, and just because of what else we have, I don't know if I can say yes to it. But it's so good. Like if it would have made the list without me saying anything, then I would have been fine with it. But for right now, I'll probably say no. But ask me tomorrow, and I'll give it a post yes or whatever.
This is a great movie. Yeah.
Maybe if Matt Kearns had seen it, maybe that would have helped you out, Malcolm.
Unfortunately, hers not going to make the list. But Matt, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Next movie I'm bringing up is a Spielberg classic. I'm going with Jurassic Park. This movie's fantastic. It's based off of the Michael Crichton novel. It's almost a then modern day update to the Frankenstein story. It's when man plays God, how that goes awry. The cast is fantastic in it. John Williams score, which given the movies on this list, we might be saying that name a lot of times. It's one of his best. Stan Winston's real life animatronics still look great, and even the CGI on a lot of the scenes still holds up today. So Jurassic Park.
Jonathan, what do you say about Jurassic Park?
Well, y'all are lucky because since two of my movies on my list are out, Jurassic Park, you're up. I don't think I declare it as like excellent, but it is revolutionary in terms of how dinosaurs were presented. I think it's still the best use of dinosaurs I've ever seen, and it's very well done. And this is a movie I've seen a bunch of times, and of course, it was at the right time, right decade. So I'll say yes to it.
Dan, what do you say about Jurassic Park?
Yeah, this is a phenomenal movie. I mean, everything Matt and Jonathan have said is valid and important. What they said, everything is great. This is a great movie. When Matt said a Steven Spielberg classic, I thought to myself, classic. It's only 30 years old. A classic's more than 50 years old. But
I think 30 would sum it up well. 30.
Yeah, 30.
25,
30 is fine.
I go 50 is a
Modern
classic,
classic.
but
Modern
'cause I
classic.
thought he was
We're getting old, Dan. We're getting old.
I thought he was going to bring up something else. That's what I was thinking about. Saying, wow, that's weird. But I thought he was going to bring up something else. But when he said Jurassic, I said, oh, okay, all right. And then, but God Almighty, I mean, the technological aspects, like you said, the science involved, the sci-fi involved in creating the dinosaurs and stuff like that. The dinosaurs being brought to life in probably the best looking dinosaurs ever. Still to this day, their dinosaurs haven't been as good looking as these dinosaurs in this movie.
Yeah.
We just got a Jurassic World movie and they didn't look as good as the dinosaurs in that movie. So I didn't have it on my list, but thinking about it and mulling it around, I'm going to go yes.
Jordan's obviously going to say no. Jordan, what do you say about
Yeah, right. I'm gonna say life finds a way, yes. And yeah, like Jurassic Park is just one of the greatest movies of my lifetime. It's my number 3 or 4, maybe 4, I think, but favorite movie of all time. It's in my top 5. And like it's just like what works about this movie that like hasn't worked in any of the other ones is like the awe and the wonder and the spectacle, and you're just like the magic of it, and it's just so amazing. And then you get to see carnage, you get to see like guys getting ripped off of toilets and all kinds of crazy like things, like people getting like shot, or the kid getting shot off the electric fence, and the T-Rex, and like so many cool things. And yeah, the effects hold up to this day. It's just so good. And they got rides, they got video games, they got all kinds of stuff. And yeah, and this is one of my like few sci-fi shirts. I mean, I got a handful of them, but I went with Jurassic Park. So yeah, I gotta say yes to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, I love Jurassic Park. I'm one of the few people that that doesn't mind all the sequels as well. I've enjoyed all the Jurassic Parks to some degree or another, and I think they're all just as fun. And yeah, and so this is an easy yes for me. So Jurassic Park is going to make the list, and we're going to go over to Jonathan.
All right, this should be an easy one. Look, we don't have these cars anymore. I mean, it's basically in museums, but Back to the Future. That's my nomination. Let's move on to Dan. We know how great it is.
Dan, what do you say about Back to the Future?
Yeah, I mean, it's an all-time great film. I mean, I believe I had it, mine 128. But I grew up in the real, like I was probably 11 years old when this came out, and it was in that grouping, 84, 85, 86, 87. What a phenomenal year for sci-fi movies in general. I mean, just some of the most rewatchable movies ever. And I would say, yeah, Back to the Future is one of the greats of all time. It's one of the most rewatchable movies ever. The story, if you haven't watched those Netflix, how movies became what they are, that series.
Movies that made us.
Yeah, the one on Back to the Future is amazing. Definitely yes for me. Good job, Jonathan.
Jordan, what do you say about Back to the Future?
Say, Doc, you made a time machine out of a DeLorean. I mean, it's just like it's so good. I mean, I have Jurassic Park in my top 5. This one's ranked higher than that. So, but actually though, I do like take that back a little bit. I have I have Back to the Future Part 2 ranked higher than that. This one's maybe just on the other side, but they're both like in my top 10 because I think they both deserve a spot there. And yeah, I'm not going to pull out all my other Funko Pops, but I've got Marty and the Doc and the whole DeLorean and everything. And I've got like Back to the Future stuff here. I've got Back to the Future stuff on this side of the room. If you could see it, I've got it all over the place. And yeah, like I've freaking met almost the whole cast because Michael J. Fox is my favorite actor of all time. And it was like one of the best moments of my life to be able to meet Michael J. Fox. And he was actually like in really good spirits, cracking jokes and having a good time. So that was fun. And yeah, like it's just an amazing story and just like the best that to me, well, I'll say the most fun that time travel ever been done. Whether or not it's like totally accurate, that's like a nerdy debate for another time. But yeah, but I think it definitely deserves a spot here. So yes.
I love Back to the Future. I think it's fantastic. It's gonna be easy to use, and it's one of those ones like it's so good seeing Christopher Lloyd still sort of popping up stuff now.
Yeah.
Apparently he's going to be in this movie. He's going to be in the next Nobody movie, which I think comes out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But Matt, what do you say about Back to the Future?
Oh, Malcolm, come on. You know I've never spoken about this movie before in my life, ever. No, of course, I love Back to the Future. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's like all you guys said. Don't need to waste time. It's a yes. It's one of the best time travel movies of all time.
Yep.
Dan, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Well, I'm gonna go back to another sequel, a sequel that's arguably I think it's better than the original, especially with the ending of the first one, where you could tell that the creature is in a suit and it's a man in a suit floating in space. But this one, the creatures look bad as hell, mean as hell. It takes a mech suit to defeat them, and that is Aliens.
Oh shit!
Aliens. Aliens. Oh boy. Ooh.
But Jordan, what do you say about?
I think he's
Aliens?
frozen.
Oh, it's froze.
His
perfect.
of Aliens was too much. His computer.
Yeah,
couldn't take
right.
it.
No, now I'm in a conundrum here now.
Yeah.
Sorry if I
Sit.
lost you for a second there, guys.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was a
good.
perfect image of describing aliens.
Yeah.
That image is the perfect image.
Yeah.
I'm
But I'll
going
say
with
game
Aliens.
over, man. Game over. Like, in the sense that like you gotta include aliens. And for me, I actually kind of prefer the first one a slight bit more. But there's maybe an argument where both of them could make it. I don't know, but because they're that good. But yeah, Aliens is just so good. They took the first one, which was essentially a horror movie, and they amped it up and made it this kick-ass action movie that just was so amazing. And the Colonial Marines were just so awesome, and then Sigourney Weaver and her relationship with the little girl, and yeah, just the look and the feel and the vibe of everything is just like spot on. You could say masterpiece for it. So yeah. Yes.
But yeah, this is actually tough because I do love Aliens, and I know if Austin was here, he would go for Aliens immediately.
Yeah. Yep.
But I also really love the first Alien too. I'm going to slightly say yes to Aliens because I do think it's great, and this is one of those cases where I'm not going to be too upset which movie of this franchise makes the list, as long as one of them makes the list. Matt, what do you say about Aliens?
Yeah, no, it's funny when I first saw both of these movies. I was a total like Aliens person. It was more my vibe. You had more action. You had Michael Biehn, who makes everything better. But then actually last year I revisited Alien for the first time in a long time, and that might be my favorite of the series. So I'm in a bit of a, but I will give the yes to Aliens over Alien because of Sigourney Weaver, because this is my favorite performance of her, and she's my favorite actress. So,
and Jonathan, what do you say about Aliens?
I think the first movie may come up now. We'll see, but that's like the only exception for a franchise.
Yeah.
But no, Aliens is great. I love this movie a lot, and I think it's more action driven than science fiction driven in the sequel in this particular occasion, but I think it's a great movie regardless. So I'll say yes to Aliens.
Well, sci-fi is the aliens. They're the sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that Aliens is going to make the list, and we go to Jordan for the next nomination.
Well, if we're gonna have aliens on there, then we gotta say, I ain't got time to bleed. Get to the chopper. We gotta have Predator on here. We gotta have it because it's just so much fun and like and again it's these like crazy soldiers just kicking ass and taking names and it's just so great. But then when you get to the when Arnold goes toe to toe with the alien and with the Predator, and the Predator has the respect to actually take off his mask and look him in the face, and he's doing all kinds of like tactics, like he's going into the mud and yeah, just going mano a mano. I think it's just so good, and yeah, I think that they're gonna have both. So I'll say Predator.
Yeah. Funny enough, I've got Predator one spot beside Aliens.
Same here. Yep, same with me.
On my personal list. But yeah, no, I think Predator's great. And yeah, one of these days I actually sit down and watch all the other Predator movies because I don't think I've seen the other ones. I've seen the Alien versus Predator movies, but I haven't seen all the Predator movies.
What?
Well, no, it was only because like I was doing a big Aliens binge. I was like, I'm going to watch the Aliens versus Predators. It's Aliens.
Yeah,
I haven't done a full Predator binge yet.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but yeah, so it's and yeah, and we had Arnie say good thoughts about Rankin on a previous milestone, so I'm going to say yes. Matt, what do you say about Predator?
He is a big fan of Rankin. He said on 2 of the milestones, because I think he was a part of your 300th one too, and your I can't remember now. You're too famous, Malcolm. Yeah, so I like Predator. I really do. Obviously, I'm a big Arnold guy. I like Predator, but there's more movies that I think should be on this list over Predator, even though I love it. There's even another Arnold movie from the 80s that I think should be on here over Predator.
Maybe.
Jonathan, what do you say about Predator?
Predator, I like it very much. It is one of my favorites. But here's the thing: I would rank it as probably one of the top 12 action movies of all time. Top 12 sci-fi, it's very close. It is very, very close. And I think it's really well done in terms of how it's developed over the movie, because the first half is basically an action war movie. It's like a Rambo-like film, and then the second half is like a mano-a-mano sci-fi film. And we see the Predator's strengths and weaknesses in that mano-a-mano fight with Arnold. So it's a close call for me because I really like this movie. We're getting a little 80s heavy, in my opinion. So I'm going to go a slight no, and I'm going to give it to Dan.
Oh.
Dan, what do you say about Predator?
You had me at we don't have time to bleed, Jordan. You had me at we don't have time to bleed. I did my series. Apologize for anybody on the panel that weren't on my series. But I did my My Life, My Love, 50 Years in Film, and I had a tie for 1987 between RoboCop and Predator as my favorite films of the year. So yeah, Predator is really a absolute classic for me. And I think just because an actor's in multiple movies that are on the list or whatever, or there's sequels on the list, or there's whatever, doesn't mean you can't have more than one movie with the same actor. Because I think if they're worthy of being on the list, in my opinion, this movie and something else that Arnold's in deserve to be on the list because they're great science fiction movies. So I would say yes to Predator. That's just me.
But with that, I think there is.
It makes the list.
Yeah,
That's it. We got 3 yeses. Yeah.
Yeah. But that Predator is going to make the list. And we're back to me. And I'm going to go back and trying to get move out of the 80s for a bit. And I'm going to try for another 2010s one, and I'm going to try for Blade Runner 2049. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of the original Blade Runner. I'll put it out there. And Blade Runner 2049, I think was I enjoyed it a lot. I already know what I think I know what my views are gonna say about this, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I think Blade Runner 20, like Denis Villeneuve, I think he does sci-fi well. Like he's got another one from the 2010s, which may or may not come up depending on how far into this we go. But he's done science fiction well. Like he was like, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Dune, I do think he was the right choice for it to and yeah. So and I think Blade Runner 2049, it kept the vibe of the original, and but it felt more actiony and like, more interesting to me. So yeah, Matt, what do you say about Blade Runner 2049?
No, I agree. I like this one better than the original. And that's not to say I dislike the original. I just kind of like how Denny shot the world, and I think Ryan Gosling was great in this. You have Harrison Ford coming back, and his addition, and kind of where we pick up with Deckard and his story over these years and everything. I think was really well done. The score is spectacular in this movie. And I really love the ending. I think it's really, after everything that happens, it's a really nice ending, especially for Deckard. So I will say yes.
Jonathan, what do you say about the Blade Runner 2049?
Well, I do love the original, but I love 2049 more. It expands on the material very well. It expands on the material more beyond the technological aspects of this world. The story's rich. It's kind of unpredictable once you see it. Like Denis kind of trying to get you to navigate where this is going to go. He tricks you a couple of times. And Matt said it. The ending is quite sweet. It is quite very nice for Deckard. But also Ryan Gosling's performance as a K. He's great. I think he embodies that. Well, I mean, it's been out for a while. He embodies that replicant behavior extremely well. And he and Ana de Armas, they have a great bond. I think it's one of the more tragic love stories in the last 10 years. I think it's a great love story. It does feature my favorite love scene of all time, in my opinion. And it's very beautiful and sad. Great Roger Deakins cinematography as well. Hans Zimmer score. Yeah. So if I were to pick one 2010s sci-fi film to be on here that we have on the record, I'll say yes to this one, Blade Runner 2049.
Dan, what do you say about Blade Runner 2049?
Yeah, Malcolm, you took my next pick, but I don't care because it's going to get on the list, and I absolutely love this movie. I mean, the way Roger Deakins filmed Las Vegas, San Diego, Los Angeles, all the different locations, they all look different. None of the cities look the same. I mean, it's just, I think this is some of the best cinematography of all time. I absolutely, he made this world look real. Like this is a real place and you could just reach through the screen and touch it. That's how realistic this world looked. I mean, the villain, the good guys, everybody, the entire cast is fantastic in this movie. I absolutely love this movie. The more I watch, the more I like it. Yeah, great choice, man.
And Jordan, what do you say about Blade Runner 2049?
So you mean, Malcolm, you don't want to just take the whole entire 80s list and just make this the all-time list? You said moving away from the 80s, which we have quite a few 80s, but the movies on there are like some all-timers. But I do think this one's better than the original Blade Runner 2049 by quite a bit. I actually don't even like the original one at all. But this one, well, so because I didn't like the original, like it kind of soured me on this one. The first time I saw it, I was just like just more of this weird like pretentious bullshit. They just like they make you think it's an action movie, and then it's not, and then it's like this slow moving thing, but it has great fight scenes, and I think it is action, but it's a little more slow and methodical. But it's really that's really really good, and it's one that over time has really really grown on me, and so now I do love it, and but it's not in my personal top 12, but it's in the realm where I'd still say yes though. It's just outside my top 12, so I'll say yes.
And honestly, it's one of those ones. The fact that a lot of these 80s are the heavy hitters. There, I think it shows how strong 80s was for science fiction in general.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
Matt, going back to you, what is your next nomination?
My next nomination is I'm going once again with Steven Spielberg with his 1977 sci-fi outing, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I think this movie is just spectacular. I mean, it does what great sci-fi does. It presents this really interesting idea of, all these people get kind of this vision of this place that they don't quite know, and it kind of drives them mad, and there's sort of the two sort of parallel stories going on of Richard Dreyfuss kind of trying to figure out what this vision is, and then this sort of team of scientists trying to figure out how to contact these aliens, and they all sort of come together in that spectacular final act. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's one of my favorite scores of all time. Close Encounters.
Jonathan, what do you say about Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
This is a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. However, I don't put it up there in honorable mentions. It is kind of lower. I don't revisit it as much, but it is an interesting, thought-provoking movie. The last 30 to 40 minutes were great. I think that's the key standout section of that film, as we are in awe of that spaceship, accompanied by the John Williams score. And that's the highlight. The rest of the movie it's good. The build-up is good. It's a bit slow in parts, but it's really good movie. But I'm going to say no to this one. I don't think it's as great as I think. So,
Dan, what do you say?
No.
Sorry, Dan, what do you say about Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Yeah. Great job, Matt. This is the Spielberg that I thought you were going to bring up the first time that you didn't bring up. I was like, oh, man, because I would have brought it up if I had an opportunity. There's so many movies to talk about. I absolutely love this movie. I think the father story with Richard Dreyfuss is amazing, and how we contact and how we interact with aliens without being violent, and we go against our own nature of being violent and stuff like that. I love this movie. That 5 notes from John Williams is chef's kiss for me. Yeah. Yes.
Jordan, what do you say about Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
So I really like it. I think it's really really good. The score is great. The cinematography, the tones, all that. But I don't have it all that high on this list. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't like it, but it's just compared to what else we have here. I think there's quite a bit more that I would put on the list ahead of it, and it's just not quite there. But I am looking forward to Steven Spielberg's next movie because it's going to be a sci-fi one. So I hope it'll be good. But I got to say no to this one.
Yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch Close Encounters for the longest time, because honestly, it's been a while since I've actually seen it. I don't remember much about it. But unfortunately, it didn't end up really high on my list, so it's going to be a no for me as well. So Close Encounters is not going to make it close to this list. Jonathan, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Okay, I really want to bring up this first movie, but I want to have someone else. I want to have someone else.
Really could.
I want to have someone else do that. Because we need another old school film. We need an old timer one. And this is a movie that really holds up extremely well, especially in our society. I think some countries need this person. I'm going to nominate The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original. Obviously, I hope that the Keanu one didn't make it. But the original, I'll nominate. It's basically about an alien just being taken to a hospital to heal, but when the president's secretary hears about this, he relays a message to all world leaders immediately that might affect the human race. But in the end, this person Klaatu is he represents world peace, and he's spreading that message of world peace to other nations, especially in the ending. And if they do not get along, well, havoc is going to ensue, according to Klaatu. And in this world today, it really holds up big time. And yeah, I think it's just it's kind of interesting that a lot of countries are not getting along that well. And it is approaching 75 years actually next year. So yeah, it's very interesting. So I think it's an excellent movie. I watched this for the first time, and I think it's a great movie. So I'm going to say the day the Earth stood still.
Dan, what do you say about The Day the Earth Stood Still?
Yeah, this is a phenomenal film. I mean, it's obvious when other filmmakers are inspired by it that they put the names of the characters in their movies, like George Lucas put in Return of the Jedi and the Skiff Guards and Jabba's Palace. Klaatu, Nikto, Barada are the names of the Skiff Guards in Return of the Jedi. That tells you how much George Lucas, one of the great sci-fi directors and writers of all time, had respect for The Day the Earth Stood Still. This is a phenomenal film. It doesn't matter what year it came out, if it's black and white or whatever. This is the kind of filmmaking we need more of today. And I know some people probably on the panel haven't seen it or whatever, but I highly recommend people see this movie. This is a fantastic science fi. This would definitely represent what great sci-fi is all about. So yes.
Just quickly, because you named up George Lucas, I was stunned to learn that this year was the first time George Lucas was ever at Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, but apparently this was, he'd never been to Comic-Con before this year. But Jordan, what do you say about The Day the Earth Stood Still?
So I did watch it for the first time for this, and this movie leaps and bounds better than that Keanu Reeves boring trash movie. That movie's awful, and because the thing with Keanu Reeves, it's he's a slow, methodical kind of guy, but you put him in these high octane action movies, and it actually works. You put this slow, methodical guy in a slow movie, and it's even slower and more boring. So
yeah,
yeah, for me though, for as good as it is, and it could be very influential, it just doesn't hold a candle to some of these other movies on the list. Not even close for me. I just think it's just, I don't know. I don't really even see myself going back to it all that much. But I'm glad I saw it just to see it for the influence it had. But no way. I've got about 50 movies ranked ahead of it. So no
way.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to these classic movies, a lot of them just didn't resonate with me that much. And it's one of those ones. I will say, and I'm not saying that they still is bad. I did like the movie for what it is. Just a lot of these other ones, a lot more higher on the list for me. I will say there is one classic movie really high up for me that may or may not come up when I bring it. When it gets back to me, but unfortunately, it is a slight.
Yeah, there's one for me too.
Day the Earth Stood Still. Matt, what do you say about The Day the Earth Stood Still?
No, I love The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's spectacular. Yeah, it's a bit slower, but I think especially with sci-fi, you can get away with that, as most sci-fi is kind of dealing with big ideas, and this is certainly one of them. Robert Wise was the director of this, and he did a great job. It's even popped up in other sci-fi movies, because that's one of my favorite little jokes is in Independence Day. They're watching Day the Earth Stood Still on TV, so I'll give it a yes.
The Day the Earth Stood Still is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, your audio's off. It's cut off, Malcolm.
You're that upset that you gotta curse your screen out for a second there, man?
Yeah, he had to bleep himself out for a minute. Yeah.
So Dan?
Dan,
what's your next nomination?
Next up.
Go ahead.
Dan.
Malcolm, I don't know what's going on with Malcolm, but I'm gonna break up.
Take over Malcolm while he's not here.
Yeah, no, here he comes. Let's see.
frozen or something.
I don't know if you could hear me, but my headset, the sound went on my headset, so I couldn't hear anyone.
Okay.
So I don't know if there was a mic
Oh.
or microphone as well. So
That
Dan,
happens to me once in a blue moon. Yeah.
but Dan, we move back on to you. What is your next nomination?
I'm gonna go for another classic. I just think when you have a movie and it breaks through the lexicon of pop culture, that means something. And when people are walking around saying stuff from the movie in their regular day, everyday, like world and stuff like that, that means something. And that means the movie has crossed over from just being a movie. You know what I mean? And that's the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Pod People. It just, that has a really great horror vibe to it, but it's also got a great sci-fi vibe to it. And I just think they don't have, and they've tried to make a remake of this. The 70s version isn't bad, by the way. 70s version isn't bad with Donald Sutherland, but the later version in the 2020s or 2010s with Amy Adams and Daniel Craig, not good. Invasion, not good at all. But this is an
Nicole Kidman, I thought it was.
All-star.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman and
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
This is an absolute classic, and for a reason. And I think when you think of great sci-fi films, Invasion of the Body Snatchers should be on that list.
Jordan, what do you say about Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
So I really like Invasion of the Body Snatcher. I think it's really, really good, and it's one that Austin turned me on to because he's a huge fan of it, and yeah, especially like the ending of it's really shocking, and like just like the feeling that like you don't know who's who or what's what or what's going on, and you're just trying to like figure this out. You think your friend's one person, and then they're like someone else completely. And
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
don't know who's a
that's a
pop.
yeah, right. So that's really like terrifying, because like one of my biggest fears is like the fear of the unknown. So yeah, and it's not on my personal top 12 because I do have more movies above that, but it is in the realm where I would probably say yes if someone brought it up. So I'll say yes.
Yeah. But yeah, just quickly, I will say just for those last week, we are talking about the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, not the 70s one, which is the one Austin likes. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that it's. Oh, we're talking about the
this
original
is the 1950s.
one.
Yeah, the 70s one didn't make that list.
Oh, 1950s.
But it's good. It's the 70s one's really good too, though. It's a
I'm
remake.
change my vote because I've never seen the original one, so no on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I recommend that one, the original one.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
no for me.
Wow. Thanks, Malcolm.
Look, I'm
you
not
wanted to
gonna
be sure
look.
about
I'm not
he
gonna
has to be fair, though. He has to be
look.
fair.
I'm not
He's
gonna
got-
let someone
you
say
can't,
no
like,
because they
think he's voting
think
for a
it's
different movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's
It's
fine.
on the
It's
list.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
I always forget there was one before that. So
I think everyone. I think a lot of people do.
yeah.
Yeah. I like the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I do think it's good. Yeah, but unfortunately, once again, it's just ended up really low on my personal list. There's a lot of other stuff I like a lot more. So it's going to be a no for me. But
And I wonder how the 70s one didn't make the list. That's crazy. The 70s one that should
There's some
have.
lot of things on there in the 70s, guys. Remember that.
Yeah, there's.
I don't think I was on that one.
These ones.
Yeah.
Was that the one you tried to get me on, Malcolm, and I said yes too late or something?
I'm
Take off-
not. I think there was the classics one, which this one would have come up on.
They should have taken out that World's Strongest Man thing and put on Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Come on.
But
Anyways, sorry.
But Matt, what do you say about
Unfortunately, I can't speak to the 50s one because I've only ever seen the 76 one. So,
Okay.
which I watched for that episode, and I do remember trying to get it on. But some people, Malcolm, hadn't seen it.
Somebody made a horrible error. This movie should be here. Well, the 70s one. But anyways.
Well, I mean, it's one of those ones. If I remember that one rightly, I think there's a lot of stuff that I tried to get to for that. Just there was only so much time in the world to get to.
It's not that big of a
Yeah,
deal.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But Jonathan, what do you say about the 50s invasion of the Body Snatchers?
I was going to do my research about the 70s one. I was like, that was a miscalculation. No.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do that later. But no, the 50s one is very good. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like on the cusp of the honorable mentions. I think it's a really good movie. I think the difference for me was the ending. I think the ending is a bit of a cop out. I think it's a kind of too soft of an ending. But I prefer the 70s version of the ending. But no, this is a very good movie. But I would have gone a slight no. But no, it's very good. I recommend it.
So just quickly, because I did actually bring it up on my phone. It was only a 4-person panel, so maybe it was just one of those things like because the majority of the other 3 people hadn't seen it, but it was me, Matt, Sandy, and Soda.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Soda was the one that got the Battlestar Galactica movie on the list.
I mean,
really?
Well, I tried to get Buck Rogers on, but then I didn't. So I definitely did vote for Battlestar Galactica since Buck couldn't make it.
But with that, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, unfortunately, isn't going to
Gamble took the wrong gamble on that one.
But Jordan, what is your next nomination?
So I'm going to bring it up because I think 2 movies from a franchise can absolutely be here. And in space, nobody can hear you scream. They're coming from the goddamn walls. Like there's like just so good. And I like the original Alien over Aliens, like because it's just more of like a horror movie and like more like methodical, like and like I've always loved movies where like there's some creature somewhere in the ship, in the house, like around you, but you have no idea where it is, and it could pop out at any time. And like, even though some of the effects were of its time, like that chest burster scene still looks really cool, where it bursts out and then zips out of there, and yeah, just like some of the cast just like work really really well. I mean, yeah, you got Ian Holm doing Ash, he's great. Harry Dean Stanton, I mean, and also Yaphet Kotto. Like, there's just a lot of like just great. Veronica Cartwright. There's so many, and of course, like this is the movie that introduced us to arguably the most badass female hero ever put to screen with Ellen Ripley. And yeah, I just think that the movie is just so good, and the first 2 are that good that we can have 2 on the list. I think that it's totally warranted. So yeah, I'm gonna go Alien.
Yeah, I love Alien. I think it's good. And yeah, but we do have one on it. And there's a few others I do want to try and get on this list. Look, if it makes a list, it makes a list. I'm not going to be too upset about it because it is a good movie. I'm going to say no, but we'll see what happens. Matt, what do you say about Alien?
Yeah, I'm looking at my list and thinking about what kind of I've left to bring up and just kind of where we are. I'll say I'll give a slight yes to Alien. Great movie. Tom Selleck. Fantastic.
Tom Selleck.
I'm
scared.
I know the two 70s, 80s guys with mustaches. Come on. Scared.
One has a mustache. The other one has a beard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Not if you watch Top Gun. He's got a mustache.
Yeah.
Okay. One.
Jonathan, what do you say about Alien?
Jordan, what do you think I'm going to say about Alien? What do you think?
I think you're probably going to say yes. I hope.
I'm going to say hell yes to this one.
Oh yes.
This is the only one. This is the only franchise I will take exception to putting 2 from a franchise. This is the only exception because Alien is that good. I agree with Jordan. It is I prefer this one over Aliens, but it's like by a hair. because it conveys
Yeah, but
both
by a
the
hair.
science fiction element quite spectacularly well and the horror element very well. I mean, it is scary. There's like one of the scariest scenes where Tom Skerritt's character is looking for clues or looking for the alien while he's in the dark. And yeah, it is very creepy. And the finale to
Yeah.
that scene, it still scares me to this day a little bit. So I'll say
And a
yes.
really great twist to it too. That like I didn't see coming when I saw it.
Oh yeah, the first time, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. So yes, I'm going to say yes to Ridley Scott's Alien.
But Dan, what do you say about Alien?
Yeah, I mean, I love the film. Don't get me wrong, but that rewatching it, and I noticed that the last couple scenes that it was a guy in a suit, and the suit looked really wonky and stuff, and that really kind of threw me off. And I mean, we already have Aliens on the list, so I would have said no and given a chance for something else to come on the list, like another film from another franchise, maybe, or two. But now we got 2 Aliens movies on the list. I think that takes away from somebody like another franchise that could have had something on the list. But
We still have more spots. It's okay.
Yeah.
We only have 2 more.
With that Alien is going to make the list, we've got 1 spot left.
One spot. Oh geez.
No, I think it's 2. It's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it
that's
is.
it.
2.
Got 2.
Okay.
Matt was right.
I was gonna say. Ooh.
Come on, Malcolm. You haven't learned to listen to me in 350 episodes.
But just quickly, I'm kind of slightly stalling at the moment because I've.
Yeah, you're next, Malcolm. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
it gets harder. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, at the end,
Good luck.
it does always get harder.
Yeah.
Um.
This is where we drag out the episode.
Oh no,
We're gonna have to
there
Kurt Russell
is
on, Malcolm. Come on. Come on.
there is
From the
there is a
70s.
reason I'm stalling a little bit.
too bad we didn't have
I mean,
Sandy
I'm
Robinson.
actually surprised First Contact did not make it.
Because he's
I
reading
thought
up
Sandy Robinson
a
wasn't on the
graphic, right?
He was
First
definitely
Contact or Contact. Yeah, those are the 2 for me.
But
Who was on
Well-
that '90s panel? Because
That was me.
it
personally,
was
Malcolm.
just me, Matt, and Permison.
there's a glaring omission from the '90s.
I mean,
It's the one I
think
thinking about. It's okay. You could go back and watch the episode.
Well,
It's fine. We got
look-
time to hop on instead.
Well, look, if you're,
What?
I know you think of T2. That was when I wasn't
Yeah.
big on T2. I've since come around to T2, but back then I wasn't a big fan of T2. And I remember Ryan being flabbergasted.
I just like to cause chaos. That's why I said no.
Well,
Well, I left it on you because I honestly, I remember I left it on you, Malcolm, because I thought you liked T2, and then you
Yeah.
didn't, and I was like,
Please, this is
it's the fun of the show.
But I made that.
he does look like Tom
Oh,
Skerritt's
nice.
brother.
There you go.
He kind of does look
You
like
can
Tom
understand my
Skerritt's brother, you know.
confusion.
I mean,
They
There
got
you go.
facial hair. Their names are similar.
Just yeah.
But you guys agree
I
that's
know
a
one
glaring
is Viper
omission,
and
right?
was Magnum PI. I'm sorry. I'll apologize to Tom Skerritt tonight.
Look,
In my
no,
defense.
it's one of those ones like just regarding T2s, like at that when we did the '90s one, like I wasn't that big on T2, I wasn't a big fan of like Terminator in general.
Well, there's 2 or 3 from the '90s you actually could have had. Honestly.
That's the most glaring.
That's
omission.
every list you could always have. The
No,
panel
but I'm
was
with Dan
different,
and
it'd be
Jordan on this
different.
one,
It's
actually.
not.
Well,
It's all fun. That's what Rankum is, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
we know,
look,
we know.
Now make a pick, Malcolm.
yeah.
Stop stalling.
well, I was only stalling long enough so I could get that image download to show what I put through after Matt made the mistake.
Yeah.
Because I put this fast.
Nice.
Right, so now they actually know this.
We should have had Lawnmower Man on there. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No, but
Absolutely
first,
not.
First Contact. First Contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Funnily enough, like well, I don't know about Ryan, but if Ryan was big on Star Trek then, but I don't know if Matt would First Contact.
No, I definitely would have either brought it up or would have said First Contact. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough stalling. Just looking at this list, there is one decade that we haven't even touched on, even though it's technically on the list, but in the title of another movie. But that's the decade of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for this one. I think I know what at least one person is going to say, but and that's Spider-Man 2. Like I think Spider-Man 2 is a great Spider-Man movie. I know there'll probably be debate on if it's science fiction or not, but I think to me this does count as science fiction. It's basically like about science, which is how he got his powers, and then Doc Ock, which is like this big scientist. So I look, there's enough science fiction in there for it to count for me. But I think Spider-Man 2, I think it's just a fantastic superhero movie. I think it's just great, and I've always enjoyed sort of Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. But Matt, what do you say about Spider-Man 2?
I like this movie. Not as much as the first one. I'm more a fan of the first one when it comes to that trilogy. But we're down to the last two spots, and I can think of quite a few other films I'd want on over Spider-Man 2. So sorry, Pizza Time. It's not your time.
Jonathan, what do you say about Spider-Man 2?
Okay, so I had that reaction because I love that movie. I actually watched most of it on TV, and it holds up very well in storytelling and some special effects. Doc Ock is one of the great villains, but I don't think of Spider-Man 2 as a sci-fi movie, in my opinion. I think it's more of a superhero action film, a great superhero action film than I do a great sci-fi film. I think its themes are great, but again, I don't think Spider-Man 2. It would be kind of a disqualification in my mind, to be honest. So,
it's got science and it's got fiction and it's got them both.
Yeah, but again, when I think of science fiction, I think of space and original ideas and thoughts, you know. So, and Spider-Man 2 is based on the comic, so yeah. So I'm gonna say no, but it's a great movie.
Dan, what do you say about Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, if we had a third spot, if we had where we could pick 3 movies and we didn't pick Alien, I would have wanted a comic book movie on the list. I thought there was enough good sci-fi comic book movies on the list. I would have definitely. This wasn't the one, but if we had 3 spots, I probably would have said yes to this, Matt, because I believe a comic book movie should be on the list, and I believe there's enough science fiction in this movie with the arms of Doc Ock, the thing he's doing on that whatever out in the water there, all that stuff, whatever that is going on, and like Malcolm said, the bite, the spider bite, which gave him his powers. This is science fiction to me. Comic books are science fiction, but because we only have 2 spots left, I can't justify a comic book movie being on the list right now, because I feel like there's more genuine other franchises we haven't even brought up yet that I think I would have liked to see maybe one of these 2 spots get picked by one of the other kind of sci-fi franchises possibly. But Matt, if there was an extra spot, I definitely would have said yes.
Why is it my fault?
Yeah.
I was trying to say. So Malcolm brought this up. I apologize.
Like, whoa,
I
got you in there.
Brilliant too, Dan.
I'm saying Malcolm. I apologize, Malcolm.
But Jordan, what do you say about Spider-Man 2?
You know me, I'm a Spider-Man guy. I've got more Spider-Man stuff around this room than anything, and I definitely consider a science fiction a movie, because you don't have to be in space to be sci-fi for me, and you don't have to have the space come to Earth or like any of that stuff necessarily. And you have you got the stuff with Doc Ock, you got the stuff with the Green Goblin going on there. You have multiple scientists in there with like Dr. Connors is in there. Yeah, Dylan Baker, and then you got of course Doc Ock, but and then I mean Peter Parker's supposed to be a scientist. I don't know how well they do that in these movies, but
he's a science intern. He was an intern, right?
Yeah.
That's the 3rd movie.
Yeah, he was just in college in this one.
He's in college.
For me,
Okay.
For me, they do the science the best with the Amazing Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would have said yes though, because I think that we can have a comic book movie on here, so why not Spider-Man 2? But I guess that won't.
Yeah, Malcolm, I got confused to who brought it up. I kept on saying
That's
Matt.
all good. That's right. I mean, with some of these, I don't even remember who brought them up on the original episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
was
love
looking
this
at-
movie. It's one of my top 10 favorite comic book
Yeah.
movies of all time,
Mhm.
Malcolm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's up there for
but-
me.
Matt, we go to you next. What is your next nomination?
I am bringing up Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan from one of the best years of science fiction, 1982. This is probably my favorite from that year. Like you say, Wrath of Khan, it's fantastic, it's amazing. Shatner's great in it. Ricardo Montalban is great in it. Nicholas Myers did a fantastic job. It has one of the strongest endings to any Star Trek project. You include the shows, the comics, the games in there. Yeah, it's wonderful. So, yeah, Wrath of Khan.
Jonathan, what do you say about Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
Well, like I said before, we have 480 sci-fi movies on here, but the thing is that we have 2 Star Trek movies, and oh man, the other one is really good too. Oh man, and Wrath of Khan, it's personally my favorite actually, because of it's probably the most action driven, maybe outside of 6 in 2009. But no, this is a really good movie, a great revenge movie. Khan going after Kirk because he left them on Ceti Alpha 6?
5.
6? 5? All right.
5.
5. Okay.
They thought they were on City Alpha 6.
Ceti Alpha 6. Yeah.
This is
Why are you here? Why? No, I think it's a fantastic movie. Oh man, that's a good pick, Matt. We need a Star Trek movie on here, so yeah, I'll say yes to it.
Dan, what do you say about Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
I say this. Khan! Great job, Matt Kearns. I was praying somebody was going to bring up Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. I love this movie. How can we have a list of the best sci-fi movies and have a Star Trek movie and the best Star Trek movie, I might add? If Scott Mantz would be on here, it would have been the first thing he brought up.
Not according to Rankin.
Yep. Not according to Rankum. Yep.
It was in the opening.
That is true.
That's all
I was on
need
that
to
episode.
say. It was in the heartbreak segment of the opening.
Dan, I'd be pissed with you. All right, so
You'd be pissed with me?
I think
What?
No.
that
we'll look at the
episode
rank later. But
that episode kind of made Matt upset by the way we ranked it.
Kind
Yeah.
of?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah,
that
me
happens.
upset,
Austin
upset,
Ranking of
me
whatever.
upset.
That, trust me,
Uh-huh.
I've gotten all my movies on before, and they all end up not winning or whatever. Sometimes it happens. You can't get
Yeah.
butthurt about that. But
No.
yeah, great job, Matt Kearns. Loved Wrath of Khan. This is a phenomenal. Ricardo Montalban. I've been seeing him lately. I saw him in The Naked Gun because I rewatched all of those for my
rewatched those soon.
screening
Isn't that?
that I have. Yeah, he's one of the villains in the Naked Gun movies.
So I'm assuming you're saying yes to this.
Yes.
All right.
Jordan, what do you say about Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
I'm going to say yes to Star Trek First Contact. Oh, wait. Oh,
It's
that's
not there, unfortunately. I wish.
awkward.
wish.
But yeah, I'm just a Next Generation guy, just like through and through, and these other movies just don't really resonate, or they don't really resonate with me as all-time greats. I mean, they're good movies and they're fun, and I'll watch them all and have a good time, but as all-time greats, I wouldn't put any of them like as an all-time great. I just don't. There's other Star Treks from other eras that I just like so much more. So I'm just not really
I'm a
into
big
these
fan
ones
of those
as an
too.
all-time. So
Jordan,
So-
but I just don't think the movies are as good as a couple of these original movies.
yeah, I don't know. They just don't resonate with me, but that's fine. So I'll say no. But it'll still make
And
it.
actually, to correct Jonathan, there's actually 3 Star Trek movies on here.
Yeah, Beyond.
And
Wrath
and
of Khan.
09. And 09.
What?
There's,
Yeah.
Motion picture is also
Beyond?
on here too.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Oh yeah, motion
Mine's
picture.
on
Yeah, there was 4.
Motion picture. That's right.
Yeah.
Wish we could have had the Voyage Home. That's mine. But that's
I like
Look.
6. 6 is one of my favorites. I love Star Trek 6. I think it's amazing. The Undiscovered Country.
Anyway, Malcolm.
yeah.
Look, if you want to hear more about me, Jordan, and Matt talking about Star Trek, watch Rankham's Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a good
I
episode.
go back and watch that episode.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, and I watched all the Star Trek movies for the first time. For that episode. I like Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. It's not my favorite Star Trek movie that is in this. So I also would have given it a slight no. But it's still going to make the list of anyway. And
But
John,
It's up to me.
But to be fair though, when I was telling my dad what we were doing because he's always curious what we're doing for these episodes. The first sci-fi of all time in the movie they brought up, he's like, "You better have the Wrath of Khan on there." That was like the first thing he said. So
It's one of the best
You're
dogfights
welcome,
in any
Jordan's dad.
sci-fi movie
You're
ever. Don't you think, guys?
yeah,
Dogfighting is amazing in that.
Do it for your dad, man.
yeah, right.
Okay.
No,
Oh
That's all right.
boy.
Sorry,
Jonathan
Dad.
Caro. Gotta pick a good one.
Malcolm is right. We're missing the 2000s. We're missing one.
We don't have to have the 2000s. There's not enough good movies. We don't have to have that decade.
There's one big one.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
I
I'm
think
with
there's
you
one
on that,
big
Dan.
one that I think that really stood the test of time. Boy, and there's too many 80s ones. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up this 2000s one because I think it has stood the test of time in terms of ideas, themes about. Again, this is another movie about loneliness and love and heartbreak, and I'm gonna bring up Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yeah, from Kaufman and Michelle Gondry, and Jim Carrey. Man, he does give a great performance in this movie, and I think he just conveys it really well, and just is immersed in this maniacal world of heartbreak and trying to break his memories up under the supervision of Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, and Kirsten Dunst. And this project is led by Tom Wilkinson. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic movie, great sci-fi movie, great romance movie with Carrie and Kate Winslet in there. Yeah, I think it's just an excellent film. So, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
And you would consider it sci-fi?
Yes,
You wouldn't
this
rank
one,
it?
yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, the sci-fi elements is taking away memories and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's sci-fi.
Okay.
That's a sci-fi
Yeah, that's science fiction.
whole idea.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
sci-fi,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, when I saw it on the list, I was like, yeah, that's sci-fi. You know, I love this movie, Jonathan. I absolutely. Jim Carrey is my favorite comedian of all time. But I put this about fourth or fifth on the best Jim Carrey list of all time. But as far as sci-fi goes, and I agree it's sci-fi because it's taking memories away and stuff. I just can't justify it being on a list of 12 of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time. And I absolutely love this movie. And Jim Carrey is my favorite comedian. I'm gonna have to say no. Good pick though.
Jordan, what do you say about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
So the movie is really good, and the first time I saw it, I actually didn't like it, but then I rewatched it because I really like to take movies that I don't like and try to appreciate them more, and I really did, and so I really like it, but I mean, are we gonna put Eternal Sunshine with the likes of Back to the Future and Aliens and like Blade Runner 2049? I just don't think it even holds a candle to those movies. So no, I gotta say no. Sorry.
Yeah, this is tough, but as much as I do want to get at least one 2000 one there, the one that I like, it's
Nah, we don't need 2000.
But look, no, it's not so much like as I think we need to. It's like I would have liked to get one on here, but just looking at sort of what I've got on my list and what I've got higher, I can't really say yes to it. Like there's a few I've got higher. Look, Eternal Sunshine is a good movie, and but yeah, I'm going to say no. But Matt, what would you have said about Eternal Sunshine?
No, I would have said yes, and I think especially the times I've been on these all times, I always want to try and hit every decade that we possibly can, so the list is sort of representative, and I think it's a great movie. I think it's an interesting idea that hasn't really, at least to my knowledge, wasn't really presented before.
Nope.
Of what if you could remove somebody from your life, how would you change, and I kind of like the resolution that you find out at the end of the movie about Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. I think it was something I wasn't expecting. I would have given it a yes.
You're not going to reconsider, Dan? Sheesh.
No, because I think there's a franchise that hasn't even been touched on, and there's one of the all-time classic sci-fi movies that hasn't even.
Yeah. There's a couple all-time ones.
And I love this. Look, these kind of lists are hard, Jonathan.
They are. Yeah.
But Dan, we are back on you. So what is the one you're going to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the all-time great franchises. Granted, some of the later movies haven't been as good as the first two in the franchise. Sure. And the second one, I couldn't do another sequel like I wanted to. I would have rather have done the sequel instead of the first one, but this is what I'm left with. So I said earlier, I said, just because an actor is in more than one movie franchise, that's great, or whatever specific category
I know.
you're talking about. I just think you got to have Terminator on the list. I mean, if you don't have T2 available, you got to say, if you're going to talk about the great sci-fi movies of all time and like science fiction and sending down robots to take over and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you got that's science fiction. That's classic science fiction. And you got Arnold in one of the greatest roles of his career, and he has great I'll Be Back. And I mean, there's some really good stuff in the original Terminator. Not as much good stuff as in T2, but you don't have T2 on the list to pick from. But so I think you got to have a Terminator movie on this list, and I think you got to have. I think if Arnold should be on this list twice. If you can have two Aliens movies, then you can have two Arnold movies.
Jordan, what do you say about the Terminator?
So I was maybe going to advocate for another a movie that's an all-time great that didn't get brought up, but that is kind of true. Like Terminator probably should be here, and if anything, probably T2, but we don't have it on the list. But the first Terminator is great, and like it's just more of like a horror a movie, but horror sci-fi, but it still has some great quotes. I mean, like "Hasta la vista, baby." You got "Chill out, dickwad." You got like just a bunch of like great ones, and yeah, just fun one-liners. And like, who doesn't love a good Arnold one-liner, especially? But yeah, the movie's just really, really good, and like that cast. I mean, you gotta have like arguably the two greatest female action sci-fi stars. I mean, Sarah Connor. You gotta have Linda Hamilton on there. And come on. So yeah, but probably I shouldn't say what I was gonna nominate because we don't know if this is gonna make it. But I'll say yes to Terminator.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my opinion on the Terminator franchise has changed since we did the 80s science fiction movies. It's also one of those ones like I've got a range there of ones just like similar to Jordan. I've got a range of ones I'll happily say yes to. Unfortunately, the Terminator still fell just outside of that. Like, look, if T2 was here, maybe. I don't know where that would have landed if on my personal all-time list, whether it would have snuck in or not. But yeah, I do like Terminator now. I do think it's okay. But it's still going to be a slight no for me. But Matt, what do you say about the Terminator?
I guess I'll be the only one on the panel. Even if Terminator 2 was here, I'd still be picking the first Terminator over it. I like the style of it more. I like the grungier kind of guerrilla filmmaking of it more. I like the hero villain battle more. It's a spectacular movie. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's easily my favorite James Cameron movie. So this gets a yes from me.
Jonathan, what do you say about the Terminator?
No, let's move on.
Well,
So that,
who's gonna make it though?
yeah,
It's gonna make it.
It is-
Yeah.
it's
over.
gonna make it.
Yeah.
But I was gonna bring up the Thing if it was my turn next. The Thing could have been here, but
Yeah, I mean, if Terminator got axed and somebody brought
Oh
the Thing up,
shit!
I would have said yes.
yeah, we should have had it on there. But
I'm not
Right.
gonna. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing Matt as well as I do, I'm surprised that wasn't the first one he put.
yeah,
Can we take
Um,
Star Trek 2 out then?
I like
yeah.
I like the Thing, but I don't love it that much to.
But with
Yeah.
that, that does wrap up the nomination portion. But yeah, go round. I'm not going to do honorable mentions because we've talked about all these movies on the previous science fiction things. But and Jordan said brave. But if you could
Yeah.
pick, but Jordan, if you could pick one science fiction movie that we haven't already mentioned, sort of in passing throughout tonight,
Okay, so
that you would throw on here, what would you pick?
other than the Thing, probably, I probably would have gone. That's a good question. Maybe Ghostbusters. I'll throw out Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that would have been mine actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was talking about that didn't make any of the science fiction lists. One
Oh,
that's not.
any of them?
I didn't make any of them. Oh, then Star Trek First Contact for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'd say that.
yeah. I know this one like technically would have counted so much because
That's a good question.
but I know technically this one would count as the 2020s isn't here, but if the 2020s were included here, I probably would have maybe thrown out the first like Megan, even though it's a horror movie, it's still a science fiction Easter as well. But Matt, if you could throw on one that didn't make any of these lists, what would you throw out there?
Probably Wogan Logan's Run on here. I think it's a great
one, good
70s 70s sci-fi right before Star Wars.
Good one.
Still fantastic. I recommend people check it out. It's a good one.
But can I just throw it because we did mention First Contact in passing. You said not even in passing.
Yeah.
So one other I would advocate for maybe The Abyss. I think that one's really good.
And Jonathan, same question.
Inception. Yeah, that would be
Good
mine.
job. Good one. Good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dune movies to me are just masterpieces. So I had
Mm.
Dune 1 as my number one movie of all time.
David
And-
Lynch.
I mean,
yeah,
of,
that's a good pick.
Of that
Dan.
year. What year was it, Jonathan?
Lynch.
2021.
21. That was my number one movie of the year in 2021, or the year that it was that came out. So the Dune movies to me are masterpieces. Whether people agree or disagree, whatever, what can I say?
Yeah. But that it's time to rank these.
Superman's
Matt-
another great one. Oh God,
Yeah.
that's what I was
That
going to
would be
go for.
the
Matt.
only one that I would have given consideration. Actually,
That's why I said if we had another space and we needed a comic book movie, I was going to really
Superman.
fight for Superman 2.
Superman 2.
One or two, yeah.
That's what I said.
But once again, I thought for sure Matt would have brought out one of them really.
Yeah. Too many great ones. I don't know.
Back to the 80s and 70s episodes. Hear my feelings.
Yeah.
Actually, just go back to anything on here and hear me talk.
But Matt, what do you have at number 12?
This is so easy. I have the Matrix.
Yeah, you're gonna keep that
Whoa.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
That's fine. Makes my life easier.
Predator.
Dan.
Yeah, my pen wasn't working, but I'm writing it down right here. Hold on, it's working now.
You
Matt.
you can just say it.
The Matrix.
Really? Are you're killing me, Dan?
Jordan.
What are we doing here? Putting the Matrix that low. That's the crime. The day the earth stood still.
I've also got The Day That You Stood Still.
Mother-
Yes, come on.
So,
Yes. come on.
I'm sorry, Jonathan, but as a tie between The Matrix and The Day That You Stood Still, you're the only one that had something.
He's the one who brought up the day the earth stood still.
Oh,
But
shoot,
here's the
Jonathan.
thing, though.
Yeah, I'm a
What do
little
you
nervous
like
about
more?
this.
What do you like more?
Number 12 is The Day the Earth Stood Still.
See, I knew he was going to say that.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I knew he was going to say that.
I just watched it for the first time this year, so
Okay.
I have to be fair. And The Matrix I've seen like 10 times. So
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
It's like I did try to
I did nominate
Quick
that
deal.
one too. I mean,
You
that
guys
one
almost gave me a heart attack. I was like, oh. As long as it doesn't make 12, it can make anything else, and I'll be okay.
I did try to quickly download a movie poster of The Thing, and whenever Jonathan said here's The Thing, I was going to flick that up, but that was going to take too long.
Oh, yeah.
But Jonathan, what do you have for 11?
Predator.
The Matrix.
Jordan.
So I've got Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
This is gonna be funny, isn't it? I swear it was Star Trek 2. And then Matt has The Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I'm just quickly trying to debate.
You said you weren't that high on it, Malcolm.
Unfortunately, I think we know. I know this is going to go.
That's true,
I've got 2001: A Space Odyssey.
No.
No. Yeah.
Matt.
No, I mean, The Matrix.
That shouldn't be that
John-
low at all.
Gee, well,
Jonathan.
But this
No, I
is
said
the
The Predator.
list of greats. This is
Yeah.
the list of great is the
Predator.
best of the best.
So The Matrix is a number 11, regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I mean,
yeah.
just because
Yeah.
it's 11 doesn't mean it's bad. It's
no,
this is
no.
the best
It's
of the
still there.
best.
Yeah.
It's not number 12.
But I mean, I think it's just one of those ones. I think it's more of a case like people have it much higher
First
than
one, my
what
number
some people
3.
do. Yeah.
And then there's just me, Malcolm.
You
Yeah,
won,
yeah.
okay? Y'all won.
Oh, wait. Why did I? Okay. Anyways.
Look, if you want to see a good flabbergasted face, Ryan Permison's face on the 90s one when Matt did the exact same thing he did.
Yeah.
His face.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Ryan questioned our friendship after that.
Yeah.
But Dan, what do you have at 10?
I'm gonna go with the Predator. Predator.
Unfortunately, The Predator wasn't on the list, but
Predator. Predator.
Yeah.
I know what you meant, Dan. Jordan, what do you have at 10?
Still The Wrath of Khan.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Matt.
Hold on one sec. Sorry, Predator. Yeah, sorry, just
And
forgot to
John-
write.
Yeah.
I'm used to keeping
Predator.
my board the same for so long.
Predator. Gee.
And Predator is going to be at 10.
All right.
Yeah, I'm aware you're used to that, which is why I was surprised that.
I'm not used to changing it so early.
Actually,
But Jordan, what do you have at 9?
I still have Wrath of Khan, but not. Well, yeah, I have Wrath of Khan. Let's say that.
I'm sticking with my 2001. Matt,
Don't worry, I'm joining you, Malcolm. 2001.
Jonathan,
we got to work together, Jordan. Star Trek 2.
Yeah, we do.
Ridiculous.
and Dan.
Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan.
there we
There
go.
we go.
There
Yeah.
we go. They're in the
So,
ship.
so Jordan's wait a minute, it's going to be Star Trek 2.
Star Trek 2.
Yeah, right. Yep, it'll be Star Trek 2. Man, now I'm like, don't know where to go here. Shoot. Because any one of these could be number 1, and I'd be happy. Any one of the ones left.
But I'm sticking with 2001. Matt,
I'm as well sticking with 2001.
Jonathan,
Terminator.
Dan,
Alien.
and Jordan.
We do need to work together, Jonathan, because Terminator.
Oh,
So the Terminator or 2001. Dan, which one do you have on there?
I'm not gonna kick my own off and make it number 9. I'm gonna put 2001: Space Odyssey at number 9.
Oh, gee.
And that's my number 1. There you
Oh.
There
It
it
happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I had Raging Bull as my number 1, and
There it goes.
My number ones on Rankum famously don't
No,
even
I don't give a
make the list.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
My number 1 went at number 11. So.
Um,
I don't care anymore.
uh, but Matt, what do you have at?
I have Aliens.
Jonathan,
Terminator.
Dan,
I have Alien.
Jordan.
I got Terminator.
I've also got Terminator.
All right, Terminator. Guys.
Terminator.
Number 8. Number 8.
Or number 7, actually.
Seven.
Yeah.
7. Gosh, now I don't know which way to go. But... Okay.
Jonathan, what do you have at 6?
Jurassic Park.
Dan,
Alien.
Jordan.
I've got Empire Strikes Back.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
This is going to be really interesting because I've got Aliens. Matt.
I also have Aliens.
Ooh, okay.
You guys are saying that's
Uh-huh.
less of a better film than Alien?
I
Yeah.
agree. I actually, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would
For
agree
me,
with
it
that.
is.
too.
I wouldn't use that
Yeah.
term. I
But not
just
that term, Ray,
prefer
but-
Alien.
That's
I mean, it's
That's shocking to me.
Look,
Yeah,
look, I think they're both good.
Yeah, they're both good.
they're both great.
Yep.
This is the only
Have 'em
franchise
ranked.
we do.
Ranked neck and neck for me. I haven't met my number 4 and 5.
I have one lesser because of the wonky in the guy in a costume, and it's obvious.
Well, it's
And
the
that's-
70s, man. It was the 70s.
But it's obvious the guy's in a costume at the end of the movie, and it's just like that takes my.
You're the only guy that notices that, though. I
But
never
Andy-
noticed that until you said something.
Anyway, Dan, what do you have at 5?
Alien. I can't change it yet. Jonathan.
Jordan.
I've got Empire Strikes Back.
I've also got Alien. Matt.
Blade Runner 2049.
Jonathan.
This is interesting. Jurassic Park.
Oh,
That's interesting. Yeah.
But it is going to be Alien.
Wait, huh? Wait, no.
Two
Matt
people had Alien.
Who had Alien?
Me and Malcolm.
No, you.
Wait.
Wait.
Me and Dan had Alien. Jordan had Empire.
Empire,
Yeah.
and I Blade Runner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I don't really care anymore. You're gone.
I can't remember that. Dan.
Jurassic Park.
Jordan.
let's switch it up. Blade Runner 2049.
I'm also going Blade Runner 2049. Matt.
I'm as well going Blade Runner 2049.
That's fair.
And
Jurassic Park. No, that one's fair, actually.
yeah. We've got 3 left, which is arguably 3 of the biggest science fiction franchises of all time: Empire Strikes Back, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Jordan, what do you have at number 3?
I got Empire Strikes Back.
I'm also going Empire Strikes Back. Matt,
I'm going Jurassic Park.
Jonathan,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
and Jurassic Park is going to be at 3.
Oh, man. It's fine. It's 3. Can't complain.
Okay, number 1, right?
Yep,
Oh,
and it's
number
going to be
4.
and it's between Empire Strikes Back and Back to the Future.
All right.
Matt, what do you have for number 1?
Empire Strikes Back.
Jonathan,
Yeah, this is a tough one. Back to the Future.
Dan,
The Empire Strikes Back.
Jordan,
Doc, this is heavy. Back to the Future.
I've got Back to the Future.
All right.
But if they're our top 12 science fiction movies of all time, at 12 we've got The Day the Earth Stood Still. At 11 we've got The Matrix. At 10 we've got Predator. At 9 we've got Star Trek to the Wrath of Khan. At 8 we've got 2001: A Space Odyssey. At 7 we've got The Terminator. At 6 we've got Aliens. At 2 we've got Alien. At 4 we've got Blade Runner 2049. At 3 we've got Jurassic Park. At 2 The Empire Strikes Back. And number 1 is Back to the Future. With that brings
Yeah.
Doc.
us
Sounds
end
good.
of this. Next week's episode will be top 12 animated movies from the 2000s to now. So we may
25 years worth. 25 years
Yeah.
worth of made movies.
No.
2000s.
From
2020? Oh, 2020.
2020s to now.
Okay, there you go.
5 years.
We've already done like all the earlier animated decades.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This year I'm trying to get to a lot of the 2020s to now topics out the way. So I'm throwing them on whenever I can. But so that should be interesting for next week. But Matt, where can people find you online?
You guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovie611 on YouTube, and right here as host of Second Look and co-host of Simple Tricks and Nonsense with Abe Flores.
Jonathan, where can people find you online?
Yeah, thanks for having us. You can find me on social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, and Threads. Different variations of Cynic Arrow. Instagram Movies of 2005 tournament is continuing on. The top 50, according to the polls, the film community is already posted. And I'll be on the.
Gotta go check that out.
Yeah, according to people, not me. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I saw the honorable mention list, but I didn't see your finalists. I gotta go check
Yeah,
that out.
it's again according to people, not me. Because people are saying like, "This is your list." Like, no, this is not my list.
Yeah.
It's people's list.
Yeah.
I took from different polls. And then I'll be on Movie Hero Network on in August. I'll be on like family movie tournaments in 1992 and whatnot.
Yeah.
And also be in the Pierce Co doing a teams tournament on that channel. So that's it.
And Dan, where can people find you online?
Oh, you can find me. I am the owner, editor-in-chief, and head film critic from FromTheFourthRow.com, where I review every movie you can think of. I got 4 writers that write for me, so we try to do TV shows, movies, you name it. Also, I've been working on a game show over in the Chasing Labels network, Chasing Labels channel. If anybody's interested in playing movie Mutations, you can reach out to them over there, or me, and I could put you in touch with them. It's a really cool game, and we're looking for competitors to play some practice games and stuff. So also, I'm over at the God, I can't, my brain is just not working right now. I pop up on the Movie Hero Network at time here and there as well with Jordan and them. They do a lot of good stuff over there. Also, if you haven't watched it yet, I'm over on the Dill Pickle Network where I was on Best Picture This 1976. So I definitely recommend if you're an Oscarologist and you kind of don't like what wins, that's a phenomenal podcast where it reevaluates the Academy Awards from a given year. Malcolm's been on a couple times. It's really, those guys, Chad and Dylan, are great guys. I recommend going over there to Dill Pickle Network. But off the top of my head, my name is Dan Skipbound. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, Threads, Blue Sky, Letterbox, or any variation of DP Skipbound or From the Fourth Row, or my name, Dan Skipbound. And August, we're coming back with Real Consideration, my awards podcast with my co-host, Louis A. Mendez.
Nice.
Jordan, where can we find you online?
Well, so I was gonna pull out my DeLorean and like my Marty and Doc, but that's like entrenched with a bunch of pop figures I don't want to knock over. But I just have like stuff all over the place because I'm a massive fan. There's a framed picture of a DeLorean. There's like a lunchbox that I got from Austin. He sent it to me, and it's got the space zombies from Pluto. That's like part of the movie. So yeah. But you can find me just over on the Movie Hero Network. So go over there and subscribe. We need subscribers, please and thank you, because we're only about 140 subscribers away from the amount we need to get monetized. So we're getting there. But yeah, so that's the biggest way that you can help us out. And then you can go watch last night. I have a show that we did a live episode last night that's called Best to Worst, and we just take things from a different genre, different categories, and we do like a 5-part series, and we just rank them. And it's kind of like a mix of like blind voting meets tier ranker with a little bit of rank 'em at the end. We do a similar end round to it, and we did the best family movies of all time. We'll be doing a lot of family stuff because we got a whole mystery series starting next month of like 4 different tournaments of family movies, followed by a championship. And then this upcoming week we'll be doing the movies that start with the letter C, because we're doing an alphabet tournament, and that'll be a tier ranker. So just as many movies with the letter C that we could possibly think of. And then on Friday we have our next versus match, which is going to be a tournament of Will Ferrell versus Seth Rogen movies for a comedy match. So yeah, that's what we got going on.
Yeah, and you can find me on Take 3 Productions as I host Rank and Movie Week. Next week will be top 12 animated movies of the 2020s to now. You can also find me on my own personal channel. I'm going to host Spear from the Past every week. I pulled an Audible this week. I asked Austin what he thinks the best Hulk Hogan match was, and he said it's from WrestleMania 6. So I'll be talking about WrestleMania 6. I'll have Austin, Richie, and Soda all on that episode talk about WrestleMania 6 and all that. And you can find me here and there on the Movie Hero Network. And you also see me on the family movie tournaments as well as the latest series. And yeah, but that is the end of the show for this week as we go out. So I'll see you all next week. I can't play Cliff.